Congratulations on the sound. What a creepy movie this is.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited about that it's finally making its way into the world.
Do you enjoy roles that are more athletic than, anything else? Are you a closet athlete?
I am, in fact, and I love a physically demanding role because it gives me a challenge beyond just the typical actor challenge of, hey, have words on paper become dialogue on screen. There's like an additional element that's even more of a challenge, which I love as a person. So I have like a lot of similarities between myself and my character, Kristen. We both love a challenge, both very adventurous, both very active. And yeah, and also I just love like a gritty role, like something to really sink my teeth into. So this was like the perfect intersection of everything that I love.
Now, being from Dallas, and all, I mean, not a lot of mountains in Dallas. I don't think. How was that for you? The physicality of actually being around climbers?
Yeah, so I actually did grow up climbing, but not in Texas. You are correct. There's not many cliffs in Texas, but we would drive up to Arkansas, which is like a 4 hour drive into the Ozarks, and they have some great, big walls out there, rock faces and bluffs. And so my stepdad, he was a professional climber in the sense that he worked like on a paramedic rescue side of climbing for people that have fallen off bluffs or found themselves stranded. So we would go up there for fun on the weekends and go climbing on actual rocks. So the funny thing is, most of the I feel like a lot of the actors in the film grew up in Rockwall gyms, and I actually had never been in one until I started training for this film. So all of my climbing experience had actually been outside on real rocks.
Wow. So you are, kind of a go-getter and love that athletic part of your job. What about the travel part of your job? How is that?
Oh, that is super fun. Getting to immerse myself. Like we filmed in Vegas for over a month, and that was so fun to get to be in a new city in a new place. I mean, everyone's been to Vegas, I'm sure, but usually for 3 days. And so to actually stay in the city and eat the local food and explore off strip, like that was super great. And that's, I think, one of the biggest highlights of the job is the ability to explore different places, travel, make great friends. I tell Brendan, the director, it was the best summer camp of my life.
It looked like you guys were really having a ball, and despite the intensity of the film, you can tell when a cast and crew click.
Yes, yeah, and the chemistry is real. There's a lot of chemistry on screen, but it was real behind the scenes as well. There was no cast drama. It was just literally the six of us became just the best of friends and still are to this day.
Your character, Kristen, is you mentioned that she's a little bit like you. What are the differences between you and Kristen?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think the differences between Kristen and I have to probably do with her rigidness, perhaps. She's very determined to make a goal happen and is not very flexible. And I think that I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I think that really comes across as you get towards the climax of the film. But I think in me personally, I'm much more lenient. I'm less structured, less rigid. I love adventure and all those things. I love spontaneity a lot. I don't think Kristen survives on spontaneity.
Yeah, she kind of has it all calculated out, and yet, things go awry, we'll just say. Combining, kind of a sports movie with horror is a brilliant idea. Was it always on the page when you got the script?
Yes, it was. Brendan said that he got the idea for the film, and I love this analogy. He said because he read a review of the film, the documentary Free Solo with Alex Honnold. He read a review of it that said it was the greatest horror movie they've ever seen. And there's the element of being stranded up, 1,000 feet above the ground, and I mean that in itself is enough to make a horror film, I think. And so when you add in the additional layer. I mean, it's exhilarating. It really is. So there's this layer of like, I am dangling way above, and there's also something coming to get me. So
Well, again, that's where the nail biting and the white knuckle ride comes in, and it's so brilliantly shot.
yes, the cinematographer Ryan was phenomenal. I mean, it is shot really well. And there's even climbing sequences that were shot on real mountains with a, with a cameraman dangling off the face of the mountain, actually shooting these climbers. So it's it's really well done. It really is. He really brought out the A team.
Are you going to hop behind the camera and direct?
No.
Not today.
I don't want all that responsibility. It's no way. I'm very happy just being the actor and interpreting the director's vision. Honestly, truthfully, Tony, watching Brendan direct this film, I always thought, I'm a director. I'm very type A. I love to take charge. I have good ideas, I feel like. But watching Brendan captain the ship, I was like, there is no possible way I could do this. I mean, it was really in spite of so many like we filmed during the SAG strikes and we ended up having to stop production for like a
Uh,
week and he had to get a waiver to continue production. We were only one of 39 productions in the US that were allowed a waiver during the SAG strikes to continue. Just watching that, I'm like, I couldn't do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just happy to stay in my lane.
yeah, it's a hair-pulling job,
It is. Yes.
and I
Lots of
know.
people management. Oh,
Uh, um, but in this business, I mean, you've got so many different options, as an actor. Do you enjoy comedy over drama, or do you enjoy horror, suspense? And talk to me a little bit about what your preferences are as an actor.
I think this is a hot take. I think comedy is a lot harder than any other genre of film. It is the hardest. I think that, a lot of people think drama is really hard because you have to cry, you have to show range. But I really believe that being comedic is something that can't be taught. It's something that you're born with the comedic timing and emotional intelligence and all these things. So I love comedy for the challenge of it. I keep getting cast in horror roles, and I actually don't watch horror as a person. I can't do it. I'm a baby. But I love comedy. I'd love to do more comedy.
I'll make some phone calls and we'll get this done. Believe me, I'll call Spielberg.
Thank
Um,
you.
but you're a very versatile actress. I've seen some of the things that on your IMDb. And it's tough being in this business and getting noticed by casting directors has got to be a hard job in itself.
hmm It really is. The best actor rarely gets the job. And that is something that you just have to come to terms with in this industry. You can be the most talented actor in the world and you won't get the job because 90% of it is what you look like.
Yeah.
Are you visually fit the role? And it really has less to do with your talent. So it's really just opportunity and luck kind of game and just getting into the right rooms. And, I feel very blessed to have gotten this job for the same reason.
This is a job people will notice you.
Thank you. That
Um,
means a lot. Thank you.
but a lot of women are turning to producing their own stuff and all because the doorbell isn't being rung, so to speak.
Mm. Yes, I've seen more and more of that of actors taking things into their own hands, writing their own scripts, producing their own films, and I think that's great. I think we live in an age where it's so accessible to create your own content, and I love it. I love it. I just love being creative. I do write some as well, so I would love to produce my own thing someday. Hire a director. I'm not going to direct it, but it is great to always just keep those creative juices flowing between jobs.
As the sound opens and people are discovering it, what do you think they'll take away from watching this film?
What do I think they'll take away from watching this film? I mean, I really hope that they take away the fact that being a lone wolf and doing it yourself is not the most productive thing. This film, even in the script, required a lot of teamwork, right? It's a team of climbers going up to achieve something. But even behind the scenes, there was a lot of teamwork. And I think a lot of people think they have to do it themselves to get it done right. But I think if you watch the film, you'll realize that there's a lot of moments where we have to rely on each other to get the job done.
That's my time with you. See, we've gotten to know each other. We're best buddies, and I will hopefully see you soon.
Thank you, Tony. It was a pleasure.